first and foremost, how is the back? How are you feeling physically?
I feel very good, thank you. It's obviously been a long process, but this one I think I took my time and I did it exactly how it was supposed to be done. And I feel phenomenal right now, so I'm in full training swing and everything's going really well.
What was your thought when you found out that you had to have a second back surgery?
Very frustrated, very, at the time, angry, and also I wish I could say positive, but at the time it was very downtrodden. It's a tough time to hear that, especially in the middle of the season. But I think now that I've been through it all, it's a learning experience, and it's definitely something that I've grown from, and I got a whole new perspective on things.
How so?
I think so when I first had the surgery, I had to walk for 2 months and couldn't work out, couldn't train, couldn't do anything. So I had to spend time up in Wisconsin. All I could do was walk. So I walked 12 miles a day, every single day. It's all I did. So when you walk 12 miles a day, it's a whole lot of time to think, and all you get to do is think. And when the thing that you love is taken away from you, and this game that you work so hard at is taken away from you, you realize how special it really is. And so while some things you may take for granted throughout your career, now I cannot wait to wake up every day and go to work and get back and see fans and sign autographs and everything because it's so much fun.
Did you think that you came back too soon?
I don't think I came back too soon because we did everything the right way and we followed everything the right way. I just think it was an aggressive plan, and that's my pride. I mean, I wanted to come back aggressive. That was my way. But I think it's just the NFL season is a very, very tough thing to do, and so doing it that quickly, just a lot of stress.
And you were used to playing through some really horrific injuries through the years.
Yeah, so having missed my first season, my first game ever this last season, and then having to miss the whole season, it was tough. But watching the guys play and watching them have so much fun and fly around and just knowing that I do get a chance to get back out there and play with them again, I can't wait. It's so much fun. I look forward to getting back on that field.
What were NFL Sundays like for you?
At first, they were definitely rough. I mean, when I was back in Wisconsin, you have to watch them on TV. You can't help it all. Like you're watching your team play, and you know what it's like to be on those sidelines. And there'll be a certain point in the game, there'll be a certain key third down or something. Where like, this is where I would make a play. But then when I got to come back on the sidelines with the guys, that's when I really started to feel good. When they let me come back and I got to cheer on the guys and help coach a little bit on the sidelines and just feel their energy and see how excited they are, that's really when it was fun.
What did you learn when you were able to step away and watch the game from a vantage point of far away, something that you've been immersed in for as long as you can remember?
I'm so fortunate to be able to play this game every single day, and there's thousands and thousands of fans that come to watch us play, and it's my job. I get paid to chase a brown ball around a field. Like, it's incredible. And so I think I just realized how fortunate that I am, and then also how badly I want to win a championship.
You thought more about that, about winning a title when you were away?
I think it's just especially since I've come back to Houston, I've seen everybody getting ready for the Super Bowl, and you see somebody else's face on the side of your stadium, and it's motivating and it's frustrating. Obviously, that's been the goal the whole time, but having sat out for a year and really realizing that, you never know how long your career is going to last. Yeah, I need one.
As you watched that team, you saw that defense really develop.
Yeah.
In your absence, Clowney, merciless. How were you able to be proud of what they were doing, but at the same time, balance that with your desire to be out there?
I think it was much more pride than anything. I mean, watching those guys develop and having seen them put in the work to get there and seeing how well they played, it was so much fun. And I think especially once I got back on the sidelines and could really be there and be involved in it all was great. And I think now when we all talk about what next season holds, I think it's just pure excitement. And I think we've really begun to build that true belief that we can be really, really great, and that's where it all starts. It has to come from that belief within inside of you, and then you cultivate it with work, and you create confidence that can't be faked. You can't fake confidence. It has to be real.
Well, when does that real confidence that you keep referring to, when does that come?
So I can give you an example. So like before a game, when I look in a mirror before I step out on that field, I can tell myself I'm ready. I can say, oh, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna win. But if I didn't put in the work that week, if I had a rough week, let's say I had a bad week at practice or I didn't study enough film, I know that that's fake and I'm not going to have a good game. But when I put in the work and when I put in the time and I watched the film and I did my off-season program the right way, when I look in that mirror, there's like a whole different look in the eyes. And so once we get that within the team and within everybody, that's when you truly become special.
That's why you're so passionate about off-season workouts and camp, and I mean, you love that. You like being out here in the Houston Heat in August. You live for that.
It's the best because that's where you create the confidence. You can't just turn on confidence on game day because confidence is built over time. It's all about the work that you put in to get to where you are, and then when you step on that field, it's just a game. It's fun because you know the other guy across from you didn't do what you did.
Is that because, too, as a defensive player, you have to be flexible, you have to be able to adjust, so you have to have that base body of preparation to have the confidence to make split-second decisions?
No question. And I think it all comes down to your training program, like you said, and creating that proper body so you can do whatever's thrown your way. And I think a lot of it honestly comes from my parents. I think that my dad being a firefighter for 29 years, my mom working her way up from being a secretary to the vice president of our company, and just them, it's all about the day-to-day. What are you doing today to get better? Because you can't win a Super Bowl today. I can't win next year's Super Bowl today, but what I can do is put myself in a better position to go out there and win that Super Bowl when it comes. So all I can do is focus on what I can control today. And that's what I'm going to do.
And you got the three Watt brothers, right? So you're the oldest of three, and soon your little brother, he's declared for the draft. So what advice has Big Bro, you put your arm around him, what have you told him about life in the NFL?
I told him that it's special. I told him to enjoy the process, but he's very much like me in that every single day, he'll text me a question. He'll say, hey, what can I do for this drill? Hey, what should I expect at the combine? Hey, how's my nutrition looking? What should I do here? And so for me, it's so exciting to see and to have two younger brothers who can look to me and ask those questions. And I mean, we always talk about how crazy is it that TJ has two guys in the NFL that he can talk to on a day-to-day basis to ask questions. And now we may have three in the NFL. I mean, it's incredible, and we're so forthorted.
How competitive are you guys?
Extremely.
Okay,
so
my brothers
get here this weekend, and we already have scheduled a massive pool volleyball tournament on Saturday.
Pool volleyball.
Pool volleyball. It's safe. You're in the pool. You're buoyant. It's good. But
no one's going to get hurt.
No, unless you catch a ball straight to the face, which obviously TJ being the youngest, he's the target. But we have a blast, and I think that's part of what makes us so good is because we all support each other so much. We love each other so much. But if you ask TJ honestly, he's trying to be better than I ever could be. That's what drives him. And Derek's trying to go out there and he's the one representing us on the offensive side of the ball, playing fullback. So we're all trying to be better than each other while at the same time supporting each other. And I think that's really what makes us great.
And talking about your life off the field and your personal life, you've actually gone public with the fact that you do indeed have a girlfriend. Right. This is Brian Cushing's sister-in-law.
Yeah, Kaylee. She's beautiful. Yeah,
yeah.
She's
Kaylee
great.
Ohi.
She's
plays for the Houston Dash.
She plays for the
Dash.
Here. Yeah, she's been with the national team the last couple of camps, so it's incredible. Yep. She's very competitive herself, so there's a lot of good competition there. But there's a lot of pride whenever I get to watch her play and I get to go to her games and see her play and perform and compete. It's motivating for me because I see how hard she works, I see all the work she puts in, and it makes me want to work that much harder and be that much better.
Yeah, it's nice to be, I'm sure, with someone who is a professional athlete, right?
Yeah, so like when we do a workout, we'll do a workout together, and she's right there on my heels and sometimes beating me, and I'm like, I've never done this before. So she knows her, she has unbelievable endurance. She can run, she can run for days, and so she always is like, let's go for a run, and I'm like, 290 pounds. I can't keep up with you. And I don't like losing, so I'm like, nah, I think I'm good. But she's incredible. She works so hard. She's special, and I'm very, very fortunate to have her.
All right, let's talk about the Super Bowl. Really quickly, you're going in the locker room with your mates. How do you defend Tom Brady effectively? What's your swing thought going in?
I mean, the guy's obviously potentially the best quarterback of all time. He's incredible. He's so smart. He knows what you're going to do before you do it. He's a great player. So much respect for him. I think
what do you tell the guys?
You have to get after him. You have to find a way to keep the coverage long enough so that the pass rush can get there because he likes to get it out of his hands quick. But even then, he doesn't like to take hits, so he gets the ball out. So it's all about getting some pressure on him. But they have great running backs, too, so you have to make sure you stop LeGarrette Blount and those guys.
All right. What about Matt Ryan? What are you telling the guys?
Stop Julio Jones. He's an incredible athlete. Yeah. Matt Ryan does a great job of getting him the ball. But they have a great offense, too. I mean, this game has so much offensive firepower. But the defensive side of the ball is good, too. I mean, Vic Beasley having a great year. And I know a couple guys, Brooks Reed used to play down here with us, so it's going to be a great game.
Yep, Beasley leading the league in sacks right now. So who's your pick for Sunday?
I know, like I said, Brooks Reed was on my team down here. He's a good friend of mine, so I'm going for Brooks with the Falcons.
There you go. Yeah. All right, great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Wishing you continued health and happiness.
I appreciate it.